Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from the SIG SAUER Academy. Today we're going to be talking about how to safely handle your Rose 365, also how to safely load it and unload it. What I can do is start loading the pistol utilizing inert training rounds that come within the Rose kit to help us do this and keep live ammunition out of the situation until we are 100% comfortable in doing so. So these inert training rounds look something like this. They will not function and they will not fire. The magazines themselves have a flat back surface along with a flat back surface of the inert training round. They also have a rounded edge of that inert training round and a rounded edge of that magazine. Think to yourself, flat to flat, round to round, and you'll properly load the magazine. I need to apply downward pressure onto that follower and push back, almost like a backwards L, in order to defeat those lips. The second round is going to go directly on top of that first round, apply downward pressure and push back again to make sure that the round properly seats into the magazine. So, first things first, how can we 100% make sure that your gun is clear and safe? I need to make sure that I pick up the pistol with what we call a positive grip. The webbing between my hand from my thumb to my index finger is going to allow me to come up behind that back strap of the pistol and safely allow my trigger finger not to interfere with my trigger because I'm not ready to do so at that point. So how this will work, I will pick up the pistol. You can then see my trigger finger fell exactly where I wanted it to, and all of this webbing back here is behind that back strap exactly where I intended it to be. In order for me to check the status of the pistol, I need to be able to lock the slide to the rear to visually and physically inspect to make sure there's not a round in the chamber, there's not a magazine in the firearm, and that there's nothing stuck into the back of that breech face. How I will do this is I will push the pistol away from myself because I'm stronger with my right hand, my dominant hand, and I'm going to grasp on top of that optic and pull with my support side hand and do a push-pull motion. Once I do that, I can apply upward pressure to that slide catch and make sure that the slide can stay locked back to the rear for me. Once this is completed, the slide will then stay open for me. I can look down into the chamber of the barrel, I can look down into the magazine well, and also right into that breech face while never interfering with poor muzzle management or poor trigger finger discipline. It's all safely done. Once I do this, I'm going to look away and break my attention from the firearm to make sure that my eyes do not play tricks on me and I have made that conscious decision to double check my pistol. One more time, chamber, magazine well, breech face. I am 100% clear of any live ammunition. Now at this point, how do I get the magazine into the firearm? If my fingertip is on the same side as the bullet tip as such, it's called indexing the magazine. My index finger is running up the same side of the magazine that I need the bullets to face forward into the pistol in order for it to function properly for me. I look it into the magazine well, give it a little bit of pressure, and if for some reason I don't feel that click or that lock in place, I can actually just tug the bottom of the magazine and make sure that it's firmly seated into the pistol so it does not fall out when I intend to use it. At this point, I need to send my slide forward. So I will take a positive grip on the pistol, pull towards myself, and let it fly forward. What this has done for me is loaded my gun. So now I'm ready to do whatever I need to do. In order to unload the pistol, what we have to do is remove the source of feed first. And the source of feed is our magazine. This magazine release or magazine catch is going to do both things for you. Pushing down on that button and letting gravity assist you, that magazine should remove from the pistol. At this point, the ammunition from the magazine is outside of the gun. However, I still need to make sure that my round inside my chamber is ejected properly because at this point, I still have a loaded firearm. In order for me to eject this round, it's going to be the same method of pushing the firearm away from myself and pulling the slide closer to myself to give the firearm the inertia it needs to eject that round from that chamber. I heard it and I saw it, but if I was in an environment that I did not know if that round was successfully ejected from the chamber, I would need to do a visual physical inspection. Just like this, trigger finger discipline still fully in place and good muzzle management. Everybody is safe. At this point, I can check those places I will look away and break my attention from the firearm so that way I reset my eyes and reset my brain, and I go back to the pistol and I do it one more time. At this point, my firearm is clear and safe. I can utilize good trigger finger discipline, muzzle management, and place that pistol safely back down on the table. At this point, I can continue on with any aspect of my training that I choose.